The year is 2018, and the event of legend is none other than E3. A young xaymichael watched with a glare in his eyes as the next generation of Halo had been finally revealed, titled Halo Infinite. For the first time in a long time, it had been exciting to be a Halo fan. The future seemed brighter than ever. Brighter than the Human Torch and Ghost Rider crossing streams while taking a piss. And for once, Halo Studios, at the time 343 Industries, seemed to have finally gotten their shit together. But then fast forward to 2020, and their 15 minutes of fame had clearly died off. Now segue into February 8th, 2024. A game unknown to the mass majority of the world had been released into the wild and began its democracy takeover of the gaming industry. And that game is none other than Arrowhead Studios' Helldivers 2. In theory, this game shouldn't even have succeeded. Just the second release in the studio's history, it managed to take over social media timelines, Discord servers, group chats, and the very subconscious minds of gamers everywhere. But just like Halo Infinite, it seemed as if their 15 minutes of fame is also drawing to a close. What's wrong with these games? What made these games go through such development hell even after their releases? And is it a coincidence that after both of these games do the collab of the century, bringing together two different console brands, both of them share the same exact fate? Allow me to speed through some of these questions for you, and hopefully by the end of this video essay, you'll understand why these two games are more alike than different. Chat, welcome back. We got some things to talk about. Now, before you say, they are very different games and blah, 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 blah. Yes, I'm very aware that fundamentally they are two different IPs. Halo being the precursor of the current wave of first-person shooters introducing multiplayer mechanics, Forge, comp settings such as the original Major League Gaming, community playlist, and even higher story quality, that doesn't mean that it's too far off from Helldivers 2. HD2 has redefined community storytelling, live service updates, community engagement, and gameplay mechanics such as the orbital drop system. What makes Helldivers 2 unique is that from day one, the players control the story and the overall narrative of the game. Passing or failing a mission could be the difference between saving little children from automaton threats or having entire planets blown up due to high command negligence. Okay, please don't send the democracy officer after me. I'm just doing my job here. Both of these games have very similar development issues in regards to two things: community feedback / satisfaction and game engine faultiness. See, while during the making of Halo Infinite, reports started to come out about what engine the game would be developed on, and it would turn out to be none other than the infamous Slip Space engine. For context, this is just a revamp of the same engine that was used to make Halo Combat Evolved starting in 1997. That means that engine is technically older than me. What the fuck? Even with the positive reception of Halo Infinite's gameplay at launch, the glaring issues started to show not even 2 weeks after release, such as desync, in-game crashes, cheaters, ranked exploits, no Forge at launch, no Firefight at launch, hardly any extra game modes, and last but not least, no split screen. How is this even a Halo game with no split screen? I don't know. If you were to ask me what kept me on the game so long, even after the issues, I'd tell you, the gameplay was really fun. When it was fun. All the issues stacked with the fact that 343 and Microsoft reportedly hired and fired multiple contract developers during the development of the game meant that none of the issues were looked at and were properly focused on because no one could report them or fix them in time. Imagine we're both working on a car and our boss fires you and replaces you, then does that 10 more times, and whatever we were working on never got fixed in time, and the other issues on the car started popping up during the 10 other people that are working on the car at the same time. How do you think that car is gonna run? I'll give you the answer. Very fucking shitty. Now, translate that with Helldivers 2, but with a much smaller development team and less hiring and firing of developers. The key difference here is that the same teams that are responsible for such amazing gameplay experiences are the same teams that have completely bottlenecked their entire community, even if it wasn't intentional. Or was it? At this point, I can't fucking tell. Just like Halo Infinite, Helldivers 2 was also developed on an old gaming engine. That engine, in this case, being called the Stingray engine. That engine was discontinued in January 7, 2018, and that means during the early/middle part of development for Helldivers 2, that engine would no longer get any support. That inherently means when Arrowhead had any issue with any part of the game, they were forced to duct tape said issue. Missions not working properly? Duct tape. Crashing when loading into the game? Duct tape. Can't even connect to the servers after waiting 30 minutes while making you a nice ham sandwich? Duct tape. Trying to customize your favorite democracy spreading weapons? You guessed it, more duct tape. And that's not even the issues that I've encountered while playing the game, at least not all of them. Currently, the game is so broken and unplayable, some of my favorite Helldivers 2 content creators like Ervin, Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear, Cloud Plays, and even Glitch Unlimited have expressed the fact that they might not even keep playing the game until further notice because they don't want to run the risk of their PCs getting bricked like Johnny Sins in a hot steamy scene, or not even to being able to load into the game before it crashes on the loading screen. Also, why is that Arrowhead's content creator program is doing more harm than good to the community? Dog, Arrowhead, what the fuck? Now don't get me wrong, Arrowhead has tried things like the 60-day plan, the Illuminate update, the Halo collab, and even numerous other gameplay updates to try to keep their player retention alive. But somehow, some way, it always goes back to the game's performance. No matter what they do, nothing seems to hold the game together. It is simply time to fix the issues at hand. Just like it was time for 343 to fix Halo Infinite. Wrapping up this video, I want to give my thoughts and concerns to both the current states of both games to the developers. Arrowhead, let Halo Infinite be a lesson to you guys. That game is an example of not giving players what they need and want in a timely manner, and even the most loyal fans and content creators will leave your game behind. Halo Studios, this is your very last chance with the Halo community as a whole. Just because you changed your name and your logo doesn't erase the history of you guys' failed projects. If you enjoyed this type of content, please feel free to drop a like, a comment, and sub if you haven't already. Ghouls, we are very close to 400 subs. I thank you guys for all the support. And with that being said, and I'm out. See you. Peace.
You